friends, so today I'll be teaching you all how to make 6 quick cards, and they use very less supplies. They look very fancy, but trust me, they use bare minimum supplies and they are very less expensive. So for this I'll be using chipboards from Mudra craft stamps called chippies. I'm going to link down the shop below, and then I'll be using this ultimate die cut pack. So this pack is from Do Crafts Paper Mania, and I'm going to link down each and every possible shop below which is selling this paper pack right now, because you need to get it ASAP. This is a perfect paper pack. You can make your own embellishments and the papers are amazing. So what I did is that I took out my die cuts and then I cut the paper into 6x6 size and a little smaller than 6x6 so that I can layer my sheets together. You'll just see me on the screen how I'm going to layer everything together. But yeah, this is how I'm going to layer 2 colors onto one another. And each and every scrap which was left, I'll be using it in layering these cards up. So the first thing which you're going to do is take a cardstock, a white cardstock. Take a heavy cardstock because this is going to be the base of your card, and cut it into 2 parts, basically 6x12, 6x12, so that you can fold it and make your card base. So the first thing which you're going to do is take your base cardstock and layer a pattern paper on top of it. So what I am doing is that I took my 6x6 inch of pattern sheet and I'm going to layer it with the help of a glue. I'm using an ATG glue glider, but you can use any glue as you like. There's no requirement for you to use expensive supplies because it takes time to collect all of them. And just don't be intimidated by anything which I use right now. For everything there is a good alternative available, and do this to the back of the card as well as the front. Now comes the most important part, which is de-stressing the edges. I always insist on de-stressing your edges because it gives a lot of definition to your projects. It completely transforms a project. This is what I feel. De-stressing is super important. You can use any kind of color, any kind of foam, any kind of techniques just to add a little splatter of color on the edges. I'm gonna do this to all my 5 and 6 card stocks, basically all my 6 card bases, and be back. Now we will do more layering to our project, and for that what I will do is that I'll take 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 inch of a white cardstock, and on top of it I'm going to take 5.5 by 5.5 inch of paper, pattern paper, and I'm going to layer all 3 of them together. So you'll instantly see that because of extra layering, your card looks more 3D and more presentable. So it's very simple. Just don't forget to de-stress the edges and apply this technique and do it to all your 6 cards. Now I have all my 6 bases ready, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to embellish them. Remember those scraps of pieces which I had saved? You'll see that how I'm going to use these into my cards and how I add different layers using these scrap of paper. I generally don't throw any piece of paper from my stash. So for this card, you'll see that I do have a random mix of foliage besides me. Foliage meaning that I have some embellishments with leaves and flowers and some chipboards from Mudra craft stamps. And I'm going to be layering all of them together, and I'll make a beautiful card out of it. So the way I do it is that I try to use as many scraps of paper I have to layer it up. And for layering it, I generally end up using my foam tape. And if you don't have a foam tape, just take a chipboard, cut it into few pieces, make a stack out of it, and just paste it. Make sure you make your card as 3D as possible. The way I layer my embellishments is always by experimenting. Like, you cannot expect anyone, trust me, none of the crafters would know that which pieces to put, where to put at the first time. It really takes time, and like, there's no harm in layering things and trying things together and seeing where and how they all should go. You'll see me here that I'm struggling with deciding which all pieces should go together, which all colors should go together, but eventually you will get it. Something will be visually appealing and you're gonna go forward with that. I use a lot of florals, like all my flowers, they're either from Prima Marketing or from Wild Orchid Crafts. And the way I do it is that I use a lot of filler flowers, and in the center of one big flower, I would use those filler flowers. You'll also see me using these die cut pieces. This is one of the best dies I have ever invested in. It is from Sizzix. It's called Ferns and Foliage, something like that. I'm going to link it down below, and I use it all the time. And the next thing which you'll see me on the screen doing is using these chipboard pieces, and they are from Mudra craft stamps. These are fabulous. These chipboards are really good quality. Again, I'm going to link down in the description box below all the products which I'm using. To make things more interesting, I sometimes use a little bit of gauze on my projects, and in the end, just don't forget to top it off with a sentiment. I'm also using these Nuvo crystal drops. They are very nice. They give you a very nice crystal drop effect, and I just got them, I think, while I was making this video, so I was way too excited to use it. You can actually skip that part. And in the end, I'm going to top it off with a sentiment, and my card is ready. Quick and simple, right? For this next card, I will be using a different technique, which is by applying some modeling paste. I'm going to give it some texture. So I'm using this light paste by Prima, and I'm going to link it down below, all the products basically. And I'll take some glitter while it is wet and I'm sprinkle on it so that it sticks to the surface and it gives a very nice glittery effect. I will start layering my embellishments, but the first thing which I'll do is remember that scrap of paper. I'm gonna stick that up and give a beautiful layer. And just to make it more interesting, see how I have matted it on a white cardstock. And once that is done, I'll just take some of the flowers which were there in my stash. You can use literally any of the flowers, but don't forget to add flowers. Flowers, they make things very, very, very pretty. And just layer all the embellishments up. There's nothing much to talk about here, so I'm gonna just turn the volume up so that you can enjoy how I'm making this card. Card, I will be taking it a step further. I will apply my modeling paste, and on top of it I'm gonna use some art stones. I love this art stones. I'm gonna link it down below again. And once my art stones are applied, I'm gonna layer all my embellishments up. And simple process, I just took a scrap piece of paper. I'm gonna layer it right in the center, and taking that as a focal point, I layer all my embellishments around it. This one again is going to be fairly simple, and I'm using some tags and die cut pieces again from the same paper pack, and some embellishments like resin frames, some flowers, and these layered embellishments which you see are made using the same paper pack. And the way I'm going to do it is that I'm going to apply some flowers, layer it with some chipboards, and you'll see that to give it more 3D effect, I always add a lot of cardstock below any embellishments which I layer. So make sure you guys also do that. I'm using a scrap of lace which was there in my stash, and I will layer more and more tags, and while layering I'm gonna add some scrap piece of cardboard beneath the paper so that it gets a nice 3D effect. And this cake has been used making a die cut piece from that paper pad. I'm telling you guys have to buy that paper pad. It's really good. I'm gonna link down each and every possible shop below which has this paper pad right now. And then you're gonna take some twine, add some chipboards, add some die cuts, and make your card ready. So this is going to be my last card. I apologize. There was supposed to be a sixth one, but somehow I forgot to shoot that part. So I'm sorry. So basically there are six instead of six. There are 5 quick cards for you guys. But I really hope these can help you in lifting your crafty spirits up, and you guys are gonna make something. And if you make something, don't forget to tag me on Instagram as #AolaDIY, and you can even message me on Facebook on my official Facebook page, which is again Aola DIY. Thank you so much guys again for watching my video, and have a great day ahead. I'm gonna leave some still pictures of the cards so that you can appreciate the beauty of these beautiful pieces which I created. and I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. Have a great day. Bye.